Dear audience, now finally it is a time to have conference synthesis and the vote of thanks by Professor Dr. Muhammad Shahid Soroya. He is the Pro Vice Chancellor, Minhaj University, Lahore. I would request Professor Dr. Muhammad Shahid Soroya for conference synthesis and the vote of thanks, please.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Puram. Honorable Dr. Hussain Mohiuddin, Deputy Chairman, Board of Governors, Minhaj University, Lahore. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Minhaj University, Lahore, Dr. Sajid Mahmood Shahzad. Dear participants, honorable guests, speakers, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. So, what a wonderful conference, the experience sharing and the wonderful talks of our leading practitioners and academicians from around the world. So it was truly a great learning experience. So I've been assigned to share the declaration of Fourth World Islamic Economics and Finance Conference 2021. The declaration of Fourth World Islamic Economics and Finance Conference 2021 extends from the declaration of previous World Islamic Economics and Finance conferences. The organizers and delegates of the Fourth World Islamic Economics and Finance Conference hereby declare the following, which will be called as Lahore Declaration Action Plan 2021, as an official resolution of this conference. The Islamic finance industry showed down significantly in 2020 after experiencing a very strong 13% growth rate in 2019. So Islamic finance institutions spent most of the year coping with the dual shocks of adjusting the COVID-19 pandemic and historically low oil prices. It is asserted that this period of stagnation must be taken as opportunity to work on modernizing Islamic finance, either through the long-awaited standardization of Sharia-compliant offerings or by fast-track innovations. The COVID-19 pandemic accelerated the development of Islamic fintech innovations. It is emphasized that digitalization is imperative for the Islamic finance industry. A prerequisite for fintech enriching the Islamic finance industry is the provision of adequate physical infrastructure and implementation of necessary supervision and regulatory framework. There is a need that regulators and the concerned authorities should launch incubators or specific regulatory sandboxes where Islamic fintech companies can test innovations. Moreover, the real potential of digitalization could be harnessed by addressing issues such as cybersecurity, human resource scarcity, job replacements, and creation of intangible economy over the clouds and servers. Ladies and gentlemen, the conference concluded that it is affirmed that there is a dire need of developing innovative economic and finance solutions to uplift and empower the poorer and unserved communities of the society in general and Muslim Ummah in particular. It is further asserted that all institutions, including regulators, legislators, and the private, social, and public sector organizations, must play their roles individually and in cooperation and collaboration with each other to achieve poverty reduction and shared prosperity. Ladies and gentlemen, developing a responsible finance is seen as one of the crucial challenges, as the whole of society is seeking for those finance industries that could do better than just profit making. It is emphasized that Islamic banking and finance cannot fulfill its promise and achieve its true potential without developing a social advantage. Islamic banking is a new wave of corporations whose social goals are much important as making profit, and Islamic banks must behave socially responsible regardless of financial consequences, positive or negative. Dear participants, Islamic finance emphasizes on social justice and overall economic development to overcome the sufferings of masses in general, to deal with the overall poverty and specifically with the COVID-19 issues. The role of zakat, sadaqat, and waqf is seen highly imperative. These institutions must contribute towards scaling up efforts in commercially non-viable but socially vital projects and programs to uplift standards of living in the diverse communities. A uniform and obligatory universal wealth levy like zakat and a cooperative system based on takaful can help in checking wealth inequalities and mobilizing funds for overcoming the problems of hunger and poverty. Skook instruments remain more complex and time consuming for issuers compared with the conventional bonds. The pandemic has shown that when core Islamic finance issuers need faster access to capital markets, they typically use conventional instruments. Harmonizing standards would be particularly beneficial to the skook industry. During the first months of the pandemic, many governments could have turned to skook to answer their financing needs, but preferred conventional bond markets as it was quicker and more practical. A global set of standards that would be acceptable to all stakeholders is still lacking. The different standards setters of industry and accounting and auditing organizations for Islamic financial institutions, the Islamic Financial Services Boards, and international Islamic financial market must work together to drive this agenda. Dear colleagues, from the field of Islamic economics and finance, the panelists, presenters, and audience, I'm grateful to all of you for being the part of conference. So let me extend my thanks to our partners, which have collaborated with us in Fourth World Islamic Economics and Finance Conference 2021, including Accounting and Auditing Organization for Islamic Financial Institutions, Bahrain, Islamic Finance Knowledge Repository, ISRA, Malaysia, Cambridge Institute of Islamic Finance, UK, Bank Nizwa, Oman, United Bank of Albania, Path Solutions, Kuwait, PayPal, Turkey, Microsoft Startups, Finjal Global, Canada, International Islamic Financial Market, Latrobe University, Australia, and International Association of Partnership Economics and Finance, Kyrgyzstan. So at the end, I would also like to appreciate the conference secretariat for organizing such a successful conference. May Allah bless us with countless blessings. Thank you and Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shahid. One important announcement before the closing remarks. The e-certificates will be sent to the audience on their registered email addresses. And now, being the conference convener, I'm thankful to all of you, and I'm thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for enabling to conduct this conference. Alhamdulillah, this year's conference is another success. I pray to Almighty Allah to bless us all with the high spirits and motivation to lead our lives for the promotion of Islamic economics, banking, and finance. Dear colleagues and the audience, from the platform of World Islamic Economics and Finance Conference, I would say goodbye till the next conference. Stay blessed, take care of yourself, stay safe, goodbye, Allah Hafiz, and thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.